Good morning, everybody. Or good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. The morning commute. That's what I want to talk to you guys about today. The morning commute is pretty terrible for most of us. It's a time of dread and foreboding, waiting for our day at work. Some of us, maybe it's not like that. We love our jobs. We love driving in and seeing all the sights. And maybe this video isn't for you. If you already love your commute, then feel free to go scroll on to something else. But if you're having a hard time with your morning commute and you're thinking, what is the point of this? This is just peak terrible in my life. And I just don't know how to make it any better. This is really for you. So today we were out on a little walk. My furry friend is somewhere behind me. And there are all sorts of folks out today running around, trying to get to where they're getting. And you can feel the energy of that. Cars are driving faster. There's even honking horns. People are, not quick at the lights. Maybe they didn't have their morning cup of joe or their tea or whatever beverage that gets them going in the morning. So they weren't as quick as the people behind them wanted. And there's honking. There's people, we're dodging people going into the bushes because there's people just driving by in a hurry. And this energy of the morning commute can be very unsettling. So unsettling that now we have even a term for the night before when we start to dread the next morning of our work week, which is the sunday-scaries. Now, we maybe don't go to work, all of us, on Monday mornings, but we all know what it is to have a break and then go into the next day of work. And sometimes that break is a couple days, sometimes it's only a day, sometimes, for some of us who work every day, it's only really a few hours. But in any case, sometime in the middle of the night before we go to sleep, we start thinking, oh, I don't want to do that commute tomorrow. Oh, I really, really don't want to get in the car or get on the bus or get on the train, go walk wherever I have to walk and do this whole thing again. And some of that is because of the energy I just mentioned. And also whatever we have waiting at work, which we might start thinking about the night before or during our commute. We're, trying to urgently get prepared for whatever kind of chaos is going to be in our workday. And all of this goes into a sense of anticipation and, in some cases, for people like me, fear and anxiety that doesn't really help us perform very well at work, and then also doesn't help us feel comfortable, open, and relaxed on our commute or in our days. So how are we going to get through this? What are some methods for this? And really, I just want to share one method today. And it really comes from some compassionate wisdom traditions in both the East and the West, and also is being used in cognitive behavioral therapy to some degree as well. And what that is to see others around you as going through the same thing that you are, and recognizing that all they want is to be happy, right? And so, at least in this video, what I'm going to share with you is a very specific, one sentence thing that you can say over and over and over. And if you say it throughout your morning commute, you will most likely feel better. And again, something for you to test. Like my other videos, I say this is really for you to test. And there's some things that just don't work for people. They feel weird, whatever. But test it out. See if it works for you. So what this is when you go into your morning commute, whatever that is, it could be walking. For me, it was walking, right? This puppy, this is my job. So this was my commute, was walking this fur baby around and making sure that he was not as restless as he woke up as, and so that he could be settled right now. So that was my commute. And for you, it's whatever it is. And that can be, however you get to your job, to this place that generally is of some stress. When you go there, you're going to see others. Now, there's going to be other people on the way to their job. There's going to be other people on the way to whatever they're doing. There's also going to be, potentially, depending on where you live, other types of animals, like birds, pigeons, if we live in the city, or if we're in rural areas. We saw 2 families of turkeys today, which is pretty silly. So whatever you see on your commute, whatever kind of animals or people you see, in your heart, and I say it aloud because I don't really feel like I'm very confident of knowing what's happening in my mind a lot of the time. So it helps me to say it. Say, may you be happy today. That's all I recommend. Go around, and as you see these people, whatever they're doing, some of them are laying on the horn, some of them are driving fast, some of them are jumping out from, a place and scaring the dog, whatever it is. May you be happy today. And, generally all the time, may they be happy, of course. But really, to put it in the present is also somewhat helpful. So, may you be happy today. Whatever they're doing, may they be happy today. Wherever they're going, may they be happy today. And when you do this, really kind of consider what that could be. Briefly, because you're going to see probably a lot of different individuals of animal and human varieties. You might not have a lot of time to think too much, and pondering can kind of get you distracted. But if you just remain a little bit open, may you be happy today. Oh, that person might be going to a job interview. May you be happy today. That person's really urgent. They have some important project, or they're maybe a little late to work. May you be happy. It seems like a really hungry turkey. That turkey family out there is just looking for some food, and they're a little bit afraid of our friend, our little furry friend here. May you be happy. Crow in the, on the light pole that's sort of making some sort of weird guttural sound at us. Maybe you're just hungry and it's a hard time of years for you. When we start to say this, may you be happy, almost like a mantra, as we say this, and what happens is that we release a lot of our personal narrowness about our own day. We stop really seeing that our own problems are the only problems, and that everyone else is here with us, actually. That we're all here. There's the, wider landscape. And what's cool about that is that also, when we do this, we become a lot more aware of the, animal world, the natural world that interacts with our human world. Also, we can become a bit more in tuned about how people are feeling, how, how this is a tough time in the morning generally, that people are feeling this way. And we can feel a lot more as well, not just responsible, but activated towards that helpful nature, which we're going to be called into when we get to work. There are going to be all sorts of demands on us. Our boss or whoever is going to be telling us what to do. We're not going to like it half the time. But the reality of that is, now that we've activated ourselves in a way that is thinking about making others happier now in our job, we're not so tight and anxious about having to do that then. Instead, we're feeling open, free, maybe even joyful about helping. And by the end of the day, we'll also feel a lot lighter, and more connected with the world around us. So that's just a little tidbit, just a little helpful trick. But try it out for you and see if it works. Again, none of this is a one-size-fits-all. It's really just finding what works for you. So it might not be saying that specific thing. Maybe it's just thinking, about their happiness, or just trying to energetically send something out to others. It might not be explicitly saying anything, or it might be saying something slightly different. Whatever it is that works for you, I think you can kind of get to the essence of it in your own life. So thank you so much, and I hope you find something in here that's meaningful to you.